Welcome to the Review Journal's Sports Betting Spotlight on the NFL Week 5. We're here at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas Sportsbook with handicapper Kelly Stewart at Kelly in Vegas and CG Technology Sportsbook Vice President Matt Holt. That's a long title there to get up, man. Our hearts go out to everyone affected by the tragedy in Las Vegas this week, but for a little while we'll try to take our minds off it and talk about some football. We'll give you 3 picks each in the NFL, including our best bet. Ladies first. Kelly, who's your first 2 plays in the NFL?
You know, this is a play I was kind of reluctant to take just because it's been so brutal, but Cincinnati -3. Who would have thought that the Bills 5 weeks in would be leading the AFC East? Not this girl. The Bengals, on the flip side, started the season 0-3. They finally beat the Browns last week. The Bills are on their 2nd straight road game, which kind of makes me think, you know, they're off this big upset win in Atlanta. You guys know I love betting bad teams, so I'm just going to keep it rolling here with the Bengals. Next up, I'm going to bet another not as bad team, but still not very good. Chicago +3. I was really hoping to get the 3.5 here, but I did not. The Bears are 6-1 against the number in their past 8 games as a home dog, so that immediately puts them on my radar. Everybody that follows these videos knows I love Coach Zimmer. I love the Vikings and what they do because they cover the spread a lot. This Vikings team is not what they once were. They're kind of banged up. As you guys know, Dalvin Cook injury has been rather significant. And not to mention the Bears have actually owned Zimmer, covering 7 of their last 9 games. I got to go with the Bears here, guys.
All right. Matt, go with the Jacksonville Jaguars, +8 at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh historically struggles coming off the Baltimore game every year. Le'Veon Bell averaging less than 4 yards a carry still. And Jacksonville, the #1 rated defense in the NFL in terms of yards per play, allowing just 4.2 yards per play this season. Horrible travel situation for Jacksonville last week coming off the London game. Better situation for the Jags this week. I'll take the #1 defense in the league plus the 8 points. And I'm going to take a situational play here. A lot of the stats and trends are going to favor Kansas City. They're the #1 team in the entire NFL in terms of yards per play differential. But I'm going to go with a really great situation with the Houston Texans this week. The city of Houston post-hurricane been looking for something to rally around. Deshaun Watson in that offense has given them just that. Big Sunday night home game, huge motivational spot. Kansas City in the look-ahead spot with Pittsburgh on deck for the big #1 in the AFC battle. Look for Houston to take out Kansas City team on short rest this week.
All right, my first 2 plays are going to be on the Eagles and the Giants, 2 teams that both adhere to the historical trend of West Coast teams traveling across the country to the East Coast and playing the morning game. Historically, that really favors the West Coast teams. The East Coast teams. But that's not the only reason I'm taking them. The Eagles by 6.5 over the Cardinals. You know, Arizona still hasn't recovered from the loss of David Johnson. And now they just lost their top pass rusher in Marcus Golden. Carson Palmer's been sacked an NFL high 17 times. They have 2 overtime wins, 2 double-digit losses. I'm looking for another one here against an Eagles team on the rise. They're ranked 3rd in total offense and 3rd in run defense. Going with the Giants over the Chargers by 3.5. You know, a battle of winless teams, both desperate for a win. The Sharps are on the Chargers because they always play close games. But, you know, that sharp money, as Matt Humans used to say, was sharp as a spoon last week as the Chargers lost another close one and didn't cover the spread. And I look for them to lose another close one this week and lose by 4 and not cover the spread. The Giants have plenty of talent on both sides of the ball. They just need to put it all together. I think this is the week they do it. Let's go to our best bets. Kelly, who's your best bet in the NFL?
So my best bet this week is the Dallas Cowboys -2. You know, it's not really so much as a bet on the Cowboys as it is a bet against the Packers, unfortunately, for this Packers team. Injuries. Ty Montgomery, Kyle Murphy, Jason Spriggs, Devonta Adams. I know I'm leaving a few guys out here. Last week, there was 4 guards on Aaron Rodgers' O-line. He's been sacked 15 times this year. This isn't the Bears team that we saw them play on Thursday night. This is a pissed-off Cowboys team that just lost to the LA Rams. I don't see it going any other way. A little bit of revenge on the mind of the Cowboys. I got to lay the points here.
I'm not just trying to kiss up to Kelly, but I am also on the Dallas Cowboys as my best bet. Look, everyone talks about how bad the Dallas Cowboys defense is this year. They're only allowing 20.2 points per game. Green Bay Packers allowing 24 points per game, and if it was anybody else besides the Cincinnati Bungles with that 21-3 third quarter lead, Green Bay would have lost that game as well. It's Brian Beluga and David Bakhtiari. Those are the two tackles that this Green Bay team is missing, and they're both really critical. Brian Beluga, an all-pro tackle. Look, this Dallas team is desperate. They're at home. They have a better yards per play differential. Their yards per play on offense is better. This is a big-time spot for a prime Dallas Cowboys team to rebound. I'm laying the 2.5 with the Cowboys as well.
Beluga and Bakhtiari, man, that's some good pronunciation skills there. And I'm not just kissing up to you, Matt, but I'm going with the Houston Texans as well as my best bet. I'm a believer in the Deshaun Watson Kool-Aid here. I mean, this kid looks like a star. He lit up the Patriots, which everyone has this year, but headed back home and 57-point franchise records, 57-point performance against the Titans. And, Houston's finally solved their quarterback problem with Deshaun Watson. They've always had the stout defense. They still have J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney and company. And I just think, Kansas City's off a short week, and they needed the miracle cover there on the bad beat of all time on Monday night against the Skins. Houston beat KC last year, 19-12, and I just think the Chiefs aren't going to go undefeated this year, and this will be their first loss. That's our sports spotlight on the NFL.